Why do you want to hunt?
Because you all think that I can't. I saw a sign in the sky. I'm ready.
Maui. Nita.
Welcome back to our humble San Diego podcast. We are your hosts, James Warney.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Ryan Jimenez.
How's it going, everybody?
And of course, the Swan. This is Drop the Mic, and you've now tuned into episode 283, The Great Northern Plains, where we will be discussing the brand new Hulu film, Prey. But before we dive into this new territory, let's get warmed up, shall we?
And now for a special news report. Brought to you by Drop the Mic.
For me, I couldn't really find anything. I might have missed a couple of things, but the one big piece of news that I have is I spoke about it last week. We talked about the options that Ezra Miller had to kind of amend what has been done for his acting career and his future for Warner Brothers. And it looks like he took to social media, I believe, in an interview, and said that he is sorry for anyone that he has harmed or through the last couple of years, I guess, and that he is seeking mental, basically counseling for his mental issues that he's been going through. So I think that was the first option that was presented from Warner Brothers to him. Basically make a public apology, get some treatment for his erratic behavior, and limited press for the new Flash movie. Again, it is a year out, so this is kind of like, hopefully if he does this, or if they do this, everything will kind of not go away, but a little more understanding from the public, to see if he wants to explain what's going on, and then they have a year to kind of prepare for the actual release of the film.
Hopefully they get the help they need.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's good that they're doing this finally after everything. I know he was recently spotted at his mom's house, or at their mom's house. Mm-hmm. I think the last week or so, there was some pictures taken, and I think maybe mom had something to do with him kind of coming to their senses. So
I don't know if you guys heard, but a new Saw movie was announced. It's set to release October 27th, 2023, and it'll be the 10th movie of the franchise. What are your guys' thoughts on that? And how do you guys feel about the franchise in general?
I think I actually stopped. I stopped watching probably after 3. So I mean, I pretty much know like the trajectory and everything of how all the other feature films went, but I have no idea. I'm not connected to the universe anymore. But hey, if it comes out and it's good, I'm all happy for that.
What about you, Wes?
I've seen them all, including the newest Spiral, right? That's what it's called.
Yeah.
The one before it was pretty bad. Jigsaw wasn't good, in my opinion, at least. It's interesting that they're trying to resurrect this, especially coming out around Halloween, because that was like almost like a tradition for many years, when that initial run of movies was happening. Every Halloween, it seemed like they would crank another one out. Not too sure about them doing another movie. I've always thought that that whole story, after that trilogy would have benefited from being like a mini-series or a, show. Mm-hmm. With the way that they, the narrative that they're spinning. There's so many characters and so much crazy stuff happening in that universe that I'm surprised they haven't done a show yet.
Yeah, that makes sense, actually.
What do you think? Are you excited, Ryan?
I mean, like you said, it was kind of a tradition when those first like 4, 5, 6 came out that every Halloween you had a Saw to look forward to, whether it would be good or bad. And I think I saw most of them. I think the only one I didn't see in theaters was Spiral. So, I mean, the last probably like 3 were not the greatest. The other ones were just okay. Obviously, the first 3 I really like, but yeah, hopefully it pumps some fresh new blood into the series. Rogue One is Star Wars story is returning back to the big screen on August 26th for a special IMAX exclusive event that'll feature an exclusive look at Andor a full month before the show releases on Disney Plus. I'm stoked about that. It's one of my favorites of that franchise, and it's probably the best one that Disney has done. So I'll probably be going to the theaters to see it on IMAX because I didn't get to see it on IMAX the first time.
I'm super stoked for that. That's cool. I probably won't go see it unless I mean, I own it, so but I would love to experience it in theaters. Mm-hmm. I feel like it was one of the stronger Star Wars films that came out. I may be in the that might be a hot take. I don't know, but I feel like to me it's one of the better Star Wars films overall, because it's in the universe, but it doesn't, for me at least, doesn't really feel like a Star Wars movie. If that makes sense at all. But yeah, I am super stoked for that. I was just going to ask you too when you said that it has to do with the release of Andor, right? Just to kind of build hype for that series. Yeah,
and I don't know if it's like it just says exclusive look, but everything I've said is kind of like everything I've read is kind of they might be showing like the first episode. I'm not sure. Okay, it makes sense for them to do that. But yeah, I'm stoked. What about you, Wes?
Yeah, I think I agree with James with what he said, where Rogue One is one of, at least contemporary Star Wars films that we're talking. It's one of the best, and it's very grounded. They pushed the envelope with everything, and it's just an all around great film. I think I've seen it like 3 times in theaters when in its initial run. So this is exciting it's always great to see, older films get re-released and go back under the microscope, I guess, for lack of a better term.
Yeah, that was one of the better theater experiences for me for the last 10 years. That scene with Vader, just everyone going ape shit crazy because we had never seen anything like that on the big screen, including involving him.
Yes.
And my last piece of news, a Swedish gaming company has purchased the franchise rights to The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. So now they own the rights to produce films, video games, books, create theme parks, and release merchandise. It's believed that Amazon's Ring of Power series is still okay for now through a legal loophole regarding TV series. But yeah, that's pretty massive for something like that to sell. I'm a fan of Lord of the Rings. I know last episode that was something you wrecked, so you've been powering through them, or did you finish them?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I did. Finally, like I said, those ones were the director's cut or the extended cut or whatever it's called. But yeah, they were 3.5 hours, close to 4 hours each. Each one. So, if I didn't have, if I wasn't a father and doing things constantly in the house, I probably would have been able to knock them out in a day. But so I had to basically break each movie up into 3 parts. So that's why it took so long.
But yeah, that's all I got for my news. What about you, Wes?
A new teaser and still dropped for Tim Burton's new series Wednesday, which continues the storyline, of course, of the Addams Family. Any thoughts on this, gentlemen?
Yeah, no, the trailer looks awesome. I love the direction it's taking that franchise, and I love how Wednesday is going to be the main character. I love all the casting, but what's his name? Luis Guzman as what's his name? I'm blanking on his name.
Gomez.
I mean, that's fucking perfect.
Yeah, and all the haters need to fuck off.
Yeah, dude, they really do, especially for the kid, all the people our age who grew up on that cartoon. Like he's like splitting image.
Right.
But yeah, I'm stoked for it.
Yeah, same with me. I'm on the same boat as you guys. I think it looks. I love the new take kind of on it, and the way it just looks really clean. And of course, because it's it was filmed this year or last year, but it really looks good. I'm excited to see where they take this, and hopefully it builds a new fan base again to kind of keep it alive.
All right, moving on. Hulu has a new rebooted Hellraiser film dropping soon, and it's being directed by David Bruckner, who's known for The Night House, Southbound, and The Ritual. The film was written by Ben Collins and Luke Petrosky of Super Dark Times and Siren. Pretty exciting stuff. What about you, Ryan? Do you like Hellraiser?
I mean, I like the first one. First one's cool. I think now it's to a point now, I think, where people really just latch on to Pinhead, more than just the movie.
Yes.
He's a big, figure in that for people who love horror in that genre. Second one's okay, but yeah, I mean, Clive Barker fucking rules. And I'm stoked. That director, I'm stoked. Like he's doing it, and then the actress playing Eden she's a trans woman, right? So that's fucking awesome.
Yes, and it makes total sense for what Hellraiser is.
Yeah,
that they would do something like that. So it's pretty in the context of that, it's very groundbreaking.
Yeah,
pushing forward.
So. And Hulu's been fucking knocking out of the park with shows and movies. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
And now it's time for the weekly recommendations.
All right, so I have one recommendation. Kind of fell into this one. I missed like the first 2 or 3 episodes. It's a series on Stars called Vita, I believe. But I think there's only 1 season on Stars, and then there's, I believe, 2 seasons on Hulu, which is kind of weird because it is a Stars original. So I don't know why Stars doesn't have the 2nd season, but definitely check it out. 2 sisters, basically, who grow apart from their family and each other. Their mother dies, and they come back to kind of settle some debts, and they realize that they maybe want to keep this bar/apartment building that their mom ran. They want to keep it in the family, and it's kind of their struggle of them trying to pay the bills because they're in debt, and keep that running. And it does take place in, I believe, LA. So it has to do with them, a lot of locals, they're locals as well, but a lot of backlash from locals, from them trying to kind of rejuvenate the bar and calling them gentrifiers and trying to appease to I guess, it reminded me a lot of our last episode with Blind Spotting, how the culture was changing and stuff like that. So definitely check it out. It's very fun. Don't watch it around kids because it is a Star series, and there is full frontal nudity and all that good stuff.
Definitely gotta check it out. Sounds good.
Yeah, made that mistake with my. We were watching it with Jordan for like a second, and I was like, "Nope, go upstairs." But yeah, that's my one and only rec. Check it out. Like I said, the first 2 seasons are on Hulu, and if you want to watch it ad free, you can watch the first season on Stars.
You said there's 2 seasons?
Yeah, from at least that I know of, I think it's still ongoing. We haven't finished the second season yet, but right now it's 2 seasons on Hulu.